Still plenty in reserve. Here's the second heat. And we've got 13 women in this heat. Women to look out for in particular. AYÇA FİDANOÇLU of Turkey, who leads the European Under-18 rankings with a time of 4:20.71. Shirin Kerber of Switzerland, Maita Hovland of Norway, Alice Bates, who I quickly mentioned, and Luz Kemper are all the women who have got personal bests around the 4:30 mark. I should say 4:23, and anybody who's run under 4:30 can probably still have ambitions of going through to the final. There's Kemper on the outside. Quite a lot of countries have yet to have their under-18 and under-20 championships, the Netherlands being one. Kemper set her personal best of 4:23.70 back in May in a French race. Just being held a little while on the far side of the stadium. Alongside her, Alice Bates as well. Bates, not quite as quick as her Dutch rival, 4:25.66, but Bates set that time less than a month ago in Watford in one of those famed British Milers Club races, which attracts not just local runners but also international fields on a regular basis. So we pan across. I'm sure we're going to be looking for the Turkish athlete FİDANOÇLU. Give you the full lineup once the race is underway. There she is, FİDANOÇLU. She's a bit more diminutive than some of the women alongside her. According to my notes, FİDANOÇLU hasn't actually raced outside of Turkey, so with one apology, she had a race in France on the indoor circuit, so this will be her first international race outdoors. Also a very proficient 800-meter runner. Only 15 years of age, the Turk, who on paper is probably the favourite for this race. Well, this looks pretty quick compared to the first heat. First heat was reasonably sedentary over the opening lap. The 400-meter split in the opening heat was 67.60.
You'll see that both high jump bars are now at 171. We've had our
first indeed FİDANOÇLU, who's out there in front with Kerber just behind her.
3 laps to go in heat 2 of the women's 1500 metres.
All 14 women still very much bunched together. 13 women, I should say. Only 13 in this heat. Well, it started off quickly and now it's slowed. And I make that about 2 seconds down on the first heat over the first 400 metres. Now, just to give everybody their due on this lap. So it's Claudia Kostiuk from Romania, FİDANOÇLU of Turkey, Kerber of Switzerland, Bertelsen of Denmark, Lasser of Austria, Foster of Ireland, Messina of Latvia, Chatsinabeoki of Greece, Krušik of Serbia, Hovland of Norway, Zivko of Slovenia, Bates of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Kemper of Netherlands. And they are still all together at this stage, coming up to 700 metres with 2 laps to go.
One athlete so far clear at 1:71 at the first attempt. That is Maja Slodinska of Poland. That's in Group B. Still Alice
Well,
Bates
that's a fair bit quicker than they've suddenly speeded up on that lap, because they went through 700 metres in 2:14 in the first the two heats, and I think that's a bit quicker. That was about 2:12.
Yeah, about 2 seconds quicker it was. Again, you've got the Brit just on the inside there. You wonder whether that was discussed a little bit to try and maintain sort of an even speed as we saw with Aliman on the inside, trying to hold a decent position throughout that race.
So 500 meters to go, 1/3 of this race to be completed. And they're coming up to hear the bell, and Aliman has come through on the inside, take the lead, but FİDANOŞLU, the Turk, the very good Turk, who we haven't seen much of internationally, and that's going to be the case with many of these women. On her shoulder, though, on her outside, and it's Man of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, FİDANOŞLU of Turkey, Kemba just behind the leading pair. That's the 1, 2, 3 as they hear the bell. The pace has certainly quickened now. There's a couple of women starting to trail off the back. Still 11 women in with a chance of qualifying here, but I can see quite clearly that down the back straight for the last time, it's Man who started to inject a bit of pace. FİDANOŞLU covering it, and now she's gone round Man. It's in the front with 200 meters to go. Kerber also doing well at this stage, the Swiss athlete. And that injection of pace down the back straight by Man has left an awful lot of the other athletes in this race trailing off the back. But as we come into the home straight for the last time, there's still 6 women in contention for those 4 automatic qualifying spots. And now FİDANOŞLU goes through the gears and runs away from the best of the rest. Kerber coming through on the inside. Also coming up quick on the outside, it's the Slovenian. And I think that's now very clearly the 1, 2, 3. FİDANOŞLU, quite a convincing winner there. Followed home by Man, Kerber and Zivko in the other qualifying places. Well, I think only just a second or two outside Tanja Zivko's personal best, the Slovenian, who goes through as an automatic qualifier there. And we'll just give you confirmation of the 4 women who go through from those 2 heats as the non-automatic qualifiers very shortly.
Yes, well, you mentioned that there were 11 women in contention to qualify with 300 meters to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if the athletes just left it that bit later to try and push on in the final stages, just because of how hot it is. You might find that you feel like you've got plenty in you, but by the time you get towards the end of the race, it's just that more energy sapping than you might have expected.
Credit to all 4 women who finished in the automatic qualifying positions. Good runs